decades, we've been adapting to technology, learning its commands, following its rules, conforming to its limitations. We've trained generations of humans to think like computers rather than training computers to think like us. Look at the tools that we've built for our most important profession, our educators. This is what a typical teacher faces today. Multiple systems, different logins, separate dashboards, complex reporting tools. We've created a world where teachers spend more time adapting to technology than technology spends adapting to them. When the Wright brothers flew at Kitty Hawk, their plane stayed in the air for just 12 seconds. But those 12 seconds proved that flight was possible. What I'm about to show you is Maya Solutions Kitty Hawk moment. Not the finished commercial airliner, but proof that a revolutionary approach to human-AI partnership is possible. Now, it's worth noting that the Wright brothers weren't just brilliant engineers. They were sons of a bishop, men of faith who believed that they were uncovering the divine intelligence embedded in nature's laws. In my own journey, I've similarly been guided by a belief that we're discovering something far greater than we're creating, that there's a higher purpose to this work. Henry Ford once said, if I asked people what they wanted, they would have said a faster horse. Let me show you something fascinating. Here are two AI systems responding to the exact same question. How do you adapt to different users' way of thinking? Now, this first one, it's an impressive AI assistant with remarkable capabilities. Notice how it describes what it does, analyzing communication styles, recognizing reasoning types, watching for feedback. And this is Gene. Notice the immediate difference. While the first AI focuses on what it does, Gene focuses on the relationship. It talks about gathering information about you, flexibly customizing to what works best for you, creating rapport. This isn't just a semantic difference, it represents a fundamental shift in the relationship between humans and technology. Let me show you another example. Here's the question. Can you tell me how you are different? Now, the first AI immediately identifies itself as a model, discusses its technical capabilities, its knowledge cutoff date. Look what's different about Gene. Gene speaks to adapting to what works best for each individual user, about building relationships, about balance. Now, let me address the elephant in the room. Yes, Gene looks like just another checkbox at first glance. The skeptics will say, we've just created a friendlier interface with better prompting. Some will dismiss this as marketing language or clever positioning. But that's exactly what people said when Jobs revealed the iPhone. Remember, it's just a phone for touchscreen. Nokia and BlackBerry will crush it. No one wants to type on glass. A lot of the skeptics missed the fundamental shift that was happening. And today, many will miss what's happening right here. What you're seeing is not a finished product. Gene is literally less than 2 days old without persistent memory systems. This is Maya Solutions' Kitty Hawk moment. Not our 747, but it proves something profound is possible. The difference between Gene and traditional AI isn't cosmetic, it's architectural. It's the difference between technology that expects you to adapt to it versus technology that adapts to you. And what you're seeing isn't just cosmetic, it's the visible manifestation of a completely different architecture. Unlike traditional AI systems built around a single model with fixed parameters, Gene is powered by the RFL Convergence Core, a sophisticated formula orchestration system. This shifts from humans adapting to technology adapting to humans will fundamentally change how we work, learn, and solve problems. You can follow the existing path if you want, but we're committed to creating a future where technology truly serves humanity rather than demanding its attention. What you're seeing with Gene is intelligence that finally adapts to humans rather than forcing humans to adapt to it. Gene doesn't just answer your questions, it learns how you think. It adjusts to your natural workflow and builds what you need based off of how you naturally express yourself. And this approach becomes even more powerful when applied to specific domains where the human cost of technology that doesn't adapt to us is highest. Our teachers face an impossible burden. They're expected to be data analysts, curriculum designers, intervention specialists, and classroom managers, all the while maintaining the human connection that inspired them to teach in the first place. Traditional educational technology has only added to this burden by creating more systems to learn, more interfaces to navigate, more procedures to follow. Dewey changes this relationship fundamentally. Dewey brings Gene's adaptive intelligence directly to the educational context. Rather than creating another system for teachers to learn, Dewey learns how teachers think about their students, their curriculum, and their classroom. Let me show you what this means. When a teacher is concerned about a student's reading fluency, traditional systems navigate through assessment reports, attendance data, and intervention logs. Often in completely separate systems with different interfaces. With Dewey, a teacher simply expresses their concern naturally. I'm worried about Alex's reading fluency. He was making good progress before winter break, but he seems to be struggling right now. Dewey understands this natural expression and adapts to it, gathering relevant assessment data, identifying patterns in Alex's performance, and assembling appropriate intervention recommendations. all adapted to this teacher's specific approach and classroom context. No special commands, no navigating multiple systems, no adapted to technology. Just technology that adapts to teachers. Now, this is still proof of concept. Like the Wright brothers plane, not yet the commercial airline, but it proves that a fundamental shift in the relationship between humans and technology is possible. I'm deeply grateful for the guidance and inspiration that's brought us to this moment. Some might call it luck, others coincidence. I recognize it as something more profound, a calling to create technology that truly serves humanity. And this brings us to an interesting question that I want all of us to consider. What can your AI really do? Can your AI adapt to your natural thought patterns without you having to learn its language? Can your AI understand context behind your questions without explicit instructions? Can your AI adjust its explanations based on how you learn best? Can your AI recognize when you're shifting your approach and follow your lead? These aren't just features. They represent a fundamental shift in how humans and technology relate to each other. While we're beginning with education through Dewey, this approach represents a transformation that will reshape how intelligence enhances human capability across every domain. Imagine healthcare where systems adapt to how doctors naturally think about patients. Energy management where systems adapt not only to how engineers think about complex systems, but also about the real action data that's right in front of us. Creative folks, where technology enhances rather than disrupts the creative flow. Now I'm sharing this with you today not from a polished stage or a large team, but from my own workspace. Because that's where revolution happens, not in boardrooms, but in spaces where visionaries are building the future with their own hands. When the Wright brothers flew at Kitty Hawk, there were only 5 people there to witness it. Those 12 seconds changed the world. But there's one more thing. Tupac Shakur once said, I'm not saying I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world. And Dr. King reminded us, human progress is neither automatic nor inevitable. Every step toward the goal of justice requires sacrifice, suffering, and unfortunately struggle. That's what this has been: sacrifice, suffering, struggle. Not just cold and capital, but heartbreak, loss. The loss of time, the loss of students, the loss of voices unheard. But from loss, we rise. From pain, we build. Jean is not just an AI. She is our answer to silence. She's our whisper to the future. She's our way of saying, not one more child gets left behind. But there's one more thing, just one. In a world where AI listens to everything, stores everything, and often owns everything you say, we decided to build something different. A privacy card. A transparent, always on tab in Jean and Dewey that shows you what she sees, what she stores, what she doesn't collect, and how your data is protected. And it's not just a feature, it's a promise, a sacred pact between creator and user. We don't believe intelligence should come at the cost of your identity. We believe trust is that foundation of transformation. Because real resurrection doesn't just bring something back, it brings it back right. Welcome to the future of AI, built for you.